Hello, hello. Welcome back. We are back with some Inscryption. If depending on the order in which this stuff's going to be uploaded, I'm still not entirely certain on the specifics of whether I'll be alternating or just doing this and then on to the next and on to the next and on to the next game. It's been a little while since I played this because I decided that I would play the second game that I was planning on playing for the channel to stop it from getting stale. I didn't want to get bored of it because I think, regardless of how much I enjoy something, if I play it over and over and over again for hours on end, for days on end, for weeks on end, I will eventually be like, oh, can I just do something else? So we're back, we're fresh, we're tactical minded. Hopefully, probably not, but judging by how all the rest of them have gone, but we have unlocked new challenges, I believe, based on what I remember from last time. Because I did win last time. I think I did end on a victory. We didn't unlock a new deck, but I think we did unlock some new cards. I think. I still don't know what the Mole Man question mark is. I'm still not sure because I've seen a couple of creatures with a question mark in their name, but I don't think I've actually taken any of them, which might be my bad. And yes, if you haven't been, if the Moonlighter stuff hasn't come out yet, oh, look at this, fancy. I have a microphone stand now, or a microphone arm. It's not really a stand because it's attached rather than a thing on my desk. But yes, so prior to this, I had my microphone on my desk, which is probably why the clicking and typing noises were so loud. So apologies for that. And I also have changed some settings around, so there might be a drastic jump in audio quality between this Inscryption video and the last, because it has been, I think, a week and a half or 2 weeks since I last played, because I've been recording and editing a lot of the secondary game. So, I am more than happy to continue, and I just need to double check that I am actually recording. Yes, we are good. We are in business. Cool. So I've unlocked some stuff, and I've unlocked a new challenge, I believe, but I cannot remember what it is. So let me louden this up slightly for my own enjoyment. I think because I did a bunch of these runs last time, I think I'm going to go with the vanilla deck again. So no boss rares. That is the one. So I've done, I think, every single challenge because I did boss totems and all totem battles last time. So I think I definitely want to do this. So bosses only award regular cards instead of rares. I'm about to open a can, so I might edit that down a little bit. Who knows? There you go, bit Pepsi Max. Wet the whistle slightly. I think I will go for this because it's new. I will take away the hook because I don't need it for an achievement anymore. I think I will have the Trapper's Pelts cost more because I don't really care about that. And then, what do I want? All regulars are replaced with totems. I don't really like. I'm not sure, to be honest. Because I need 25 more. So if I do this... Do you know what? Yeah, all battles are totem battles, and I can't re-roll anything. So yeah, so this is a bit of a mix. Challenge level 5. This is my first attempt. Let's have a go. So the audio quality might be changed because now that it's on this stand, the gain has been turned down a hell of a lot because it's now very close to my mouth. So if it's, I guess, significantly different, and if you think it needs to be changed, the 3 or 4 subscribers I'll have at this point, I guess if you have a burning desire to critique me, tell me if it's bad or good. But yes, so it is as normal. We start with 2 pelts and the 3 cards that we start with always in the vanilla deck. Oh, and that's just reminded me, I need to move my camera. Because that is where it normally is for the other game, because it's blocking stuff. Whereas this time, I think it's probably better to put the camera here. I think it doesn't block that much. I think it blocks part of the score, but you can sort of see the scales. And I'd rather not block my actual deck itself. And I also have shrunk the camera slightly just so it's not taking up as much of the screen. But let's have a look at this. So the direwolf pup, that is the new thing. It was the direwolf pup and the direwolf. So this actually produces a bone for the turn, and then it turns into a direwolf. That's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I don't like the mirror one. I remember disliking that a lot because it can't really fight by itself. I love the beehive. I'll be taking the beehive. I think I'll go for the direwolf pup because it's a new card. So yeah, so every battle is a totem battle. So that's going to be a big pain in the arse. Let me check my deck. Because here's the thing. It might actually be better for me if I sacrifice the direwolf pup to the stoat. Because the 2 cost is going to be annoying. I actually think I'm going to do that. I know I said, oh, it's a new card. But I think the fact that it is a... But the beehive, though. Hang on. It might be a bit similar to the last build I did. I am interested to see what this does. Because the last time I did this, the bees that came from the beehive inherited the extra effects. I think I had Unkillable. And then I think the totem I had was the magpie one, where you can search through your deck. So I think I ended up almost losing to the starvation cards, which was a real event. But no, I'm hoping that means that every bee that comes out of it will have a fledgling and bone digger. Because that means that if I get bone cards, this might actually be a sick bone build. So I might actually want to focus on bone cards. So let's see. So Guardian, when an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move. Got you. So it's only when a card is placed. It's not the same as the mole and the mole man. Oh, and I didn't start with the hook. That's fine. So I think then, I can't block the Raven Egg with that. I'm gonna put the Bullfrog down, I think, because that can block the Raven. Then I'm going to just set up. I'm not actually going to put anything down this time, I don't think. So that's dead. So now I can put some things down. I guess I'll take my final card. So what can I do here? So I'm going to take 2 damage this turn, regardless of what I do. I think if I put the stoat down... I know, it's literally the first battle and I'm fucking... doing this. So that'll die on the next turn, so that's good. So now I need to wait and see if he's going to put anything out. Doesn't seem to be. I guess I'll be playing the wolf then. Cool. Cool, and now there's another Raven Egg coming. I guess I'll play the beehive for the sake of it. Because it will become an elder version of the beehive, I think. And it will produce... Yeah, the Elder Beehive now does 1 damage. Interesting. Oh, so maybe that actually might be a problem. Because I was hoping that maybe the bees would also... Oh, unless they come pre-upgraded. Which could be the case. And there we go. Nice, and a bit of overkill. But yeah, so welcome back to the Inscryption stuff. It has been a while for me, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. And hopefully, I mean, I assume if you're seeing this, it was interesting enough for me to consider putting it out, because I think this is the game where I have actually deleted some footage because it just wasn't great. It just was the same build both times, 2 losses. So hopefully, we'll be on a win streak potentially with our new thing, and with a lack of rare cards as well. So I dislike the Kingfisher. I don't like Waterborne. I think I'm going to go for the Sparrow just because it's flying. I will definitely be going for the Totem, because I think the Insect Head's what I want for the Beehive synergy and the Bee synergy. So I'm wondering if the Elder Beehive will produce Elder Bees or Queen Bees. I don't actually know what they're called, because some of them have special names. For example, in the episode that I believe I deleted, I found out that the long elk card becomes the longer elk card instead of the elder long elk, which I thought was quite funny. I liked the fact that it had a specific name. So, we're going to take a lot of damage here, I think. I think it's going to be a beehive. So I think I'm actually going to put the beehive down first. We're going to take 1 damage, and then on the next turn, we're going to take 2. Sorry, we're going to take 2 damage, and on the next turn, we're going to take 2. That's me being silly. Oh, no, we're not, because the beehive's going to kill it. Whoops. I guess I'll put the sparrow over here, because it's just going to die to that. Because it's going to become an elk. It'll move over there. Now I need to put something out to block damage, so I'll be sacrificing a squirrel. And then we'll see. Did that produce 2 bones? No, it's only... So I think because... Yeah, okay. So that's a shame. So because I was hoping that... So I think if a bee gets produced on the first turn, it will have both. But because it was produced on the second turn, it doesn't. Because it only takes on the stuff that it's got in that specific moment. So that's a bit of a shame, but it's fine. It's not a problem. Because I've now got a hell of a lot of damage to put out. So the elk's dead. And now we're in line to do a lot of overkill, which is always good. And so yeah, so this is going to be an excellent bone build. So I really do need to keep an eye out for bone cards. So like a cockroach should probably be quite good. So here's the thing. I don't really have anything to sacrifice. Not really, unless I wanted to make the wolf flying. So I'm actually just going to go for a cost. And I'm going to try not to bite my own tongue while I'm talking, because that would be a bit of an annoyance. I'm going to go for a bone card. That's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not awful. I'm hoping that I can upgrade the beehive. I can. But here's the thing. The beehive will already get 1 attack. And I actually want the beehive to take more damage than it deals. So I'm actually thinking that maybe the sparrow is the way to go, because it's a flying creature. I was hoping that it would be a health upgrade, but it wasn't. So that is too bad, I guess. But we have got another one here. I won't be completing my totem for a while. It doesn't seem. Let's wait for all this to go, and I will just check that it's recording. We are good. Yeah, hopefully this time around there won't be any camera issues, because the camera issues did unfortunately persist through my second game. Because unfortunately, it is my fault. It's not the fault of the camera or my computer. It's just that I don't have enough USBs to have everything plugged in directly. So I have to have the camera plugged into the USB extender, and I accidentally just pressed the spacebar. What a good start. So, here's the thing. The raven egg's going to become a raven. I'm just going to put a sparrow down. 2 damage a turn. I'll put the bullfrog down here. Cool. My bad on that. I wasn't paying attention to where I had my hand. I think we've probably not won, but I think we are going to do a lot of damage here. I'll put the stoat down. So another 3 damage. Yeah, we've won on the next turn. Nice. And 1 overkill. Better than nothing. Cool. So here's the thing. There's nothing I need to sacrifice, so I'm going to go for the campfire instead. And hope for a health upgrade for the... Let's go for a bone. A coyote. A bit better. Hopefully my bees will provide a lot of bones for me as the run goes forth. Another damage. I'm actually thinking the sparrow is still a good choice because it's flying. I'm not risking that. Absolutely not. Oh, and another campfire. I didn't even notice that one. Another attack. Well, I guess I'm going to have the strongest sparrow in the fucking world. I'm not risking another one. Absolutely not. Cool, so it's the trapper. Well, what a nice introduction back. My favourite boss theme of Act 1. As I've probably said about 17 times. So, here's what I'm thinking. Put the beehive down somewhere. Yeah, I'm thinking put the sparrow down. And put the beehive down. Here. And then I can use one of the bees to take the leaping trap. Because the bullfrog's going to die on the next turn. The rabbit will die due to overkill. And yes, so that is how it works. So I'm actually going to use the opossum to trigger the leaping trap. Because I want to see if the elder bee is called the queen bee. For my own personal interest. So it seems like the elder beehive is producing 2 bones, not 1, which is interesting. So let me put this down and see what it becomes. And I will put this other bee down, I guess, to do a bit of damage. Cool, so I think you are given 1 pelt. So I have 2 pelts to choose from. I don't need to take that because it's not a flight blocker. So I guess, I mean, I've won anyway. So I guess I'll just take those 2. Because I've won. So no, so it doesn't become a queen bee, it's just an elder bee. So why is that producing 2? Is it because it's become an elder? Maybe. Well, first boss down pretty well. Not particularly difficult so far, luckily enough. So, not a rare card this time. Wait a moment. You must excuse me, these are not rare cards. How dare you lie to me? So I think I actually want the turkey vulture. I'm just hoping that I don't get it out of my deck on the first turn, because that would be a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, it's good to be back on this game. I've sort of missed it, really. But I did definitely want to come back to it, I should say, with a fresh train of thought, I suppose. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. So I just thought if I kept playing it at the rate I was playing it, because I was playing it every day to record stuff and then I was editing it all, I just didn't want to end up getting tired of it, because it does happen. I think it happens with every game. I don't think there is a game on the planet that someone could just play every day for their entire life and not be a bit like, maybe I should play something else once in a while. But you know. So yes, so the beehive now has even more health, which is nice. I actually want to go this way, because I would like to try and finish my totem and hopefully get something incredible for the bees. So we've got our beehive. We can't block that. So I'm going to put this down over here, because I think it makes more sense to do that. So we get 1 bone. We get our bee. That's blocked the other flying ant, which is very useful. I want to put the bee down. Probably put it in the wrong place, actually. But that's fine. Yeah, so it does produce 2 after it's evolved. Strange. I didn't realise that they did that. So that's good to know, though. So if I get bees from that on the first turn that it's out, that would mean that all of those bees would produce 2 as well. So do I want a tribe or do I want a specific? Because I can go there both times. I think the specific. Because I can't re-roll anything. So that's the other thing. I think a second beehive would be actually pretty excellent. Because if I come to the mycologists up there, I can combine the 2 beehives together. And hopefully that means that the... Ooh. No, but that's the thing. Because the beehive is an insect, if it reduces the attack too much, I actually don't like any of this stuff, to be honest. Rampager. I guess I'll pick Rampager for now. I guess I'll go for it, but I do definitely want to get something else. Because that's the thing that the Wild Bull does. So, so it's a... it's basically like the stag or the pronghorn. Or whatever it is, but it actually swaps places with them. It doesn't push them along. I can't remember what the actual card's called. But hopefully it won't fuck me over. Because that would be annoying. So the bullfrog is moving that way. So if I put this down there, that will move. It'll block that. Then that will move, which will block the alpha, which is great. Then I've got this, which I will also put down. That's kind of fun. You could have them just swap around each other. Nice, pretty easy victory. Not bad. Cool. Future Dan, I'm just about to check something just quick. So this is going to change in a weird way. Cool, cool. That's all fine. Everything's still on. Lovely. So hopefully I can pass the trial. 6 combined health, 5 combined bones, 4 combined cost. So, that's a 2 cost. I've only got 1 2 cost. So I've actually got a very low chance of getting that, especially because a lot of my cards are bones. Health-wise, 2, 2, 2. So it needs to be 6 health. The large majority of my cards have more than 1 health. So I actually think that that is my best option. Nice. We've got it. So a direwolf, so that is the other one. So a direwolf with leader and corpse eater. That's actually incredible. I am actually going to go for that. Because if something dies, it automatically gets played. So it's technically a 1 cost card. Because I could just put a squirrel out and let it die. And then we've just got a free direwolf if it's in my hand. That's pretty good. But yeah, so the direwolf, the big thing about the direwolf, because that's the card I unlocked from the last run, is that it basically acts like the mantis, but it attacks in front of it twice instead of the 2 sides, which I actually think is really cool. I think it's great that this mode has cards that aren't in the earlier stages, unless they are, and I just don't realise. Because to be fair, I didn't unlock every card in the second act, so these cards could have been a thing, but I'm not sure. And I have just noticed that there's a painter ahead as well, which means that I might actually be able to make a copy of the beehive. Or a copy of the direwolf if I need to. So the rattler. I definitely want to put the beehive in front of the rattler. Oh, hang on. That's annoying because it's gonna swap with the stump. That's me being silly. Well, it still blocks it, to be fair. Okay. Well, I guess I can put the opossum down and kill the rattler. No, I can't, because it's got that. You dickhead. I can't believe I didn't see it. Ah, well, at least we blocked the damage. So yeah, so my beehive is dead unless I can do something about it. Ooh, I might be a bit fucked here. Because I'm going to get a bee for that. But then the elder beehive's going to die. I think that I might need to do this. In fact, yes, I am going to do that. Because that is going to swap places with that. I think that's better. Because we're going to do 3 damage. We get a bee. That swaps places, so that will die. That's a shame, but I do get a bee. I take 4 damage. But now I deal 4 damage on the next turn. If I grab this, that's the coyote. So the coyote will kill this, so that's useful. I can whack the bee down to block that, I guess. And then I guess I'll just put this down here. I think I've basically won. Oh, that I shouldn't have put the bees down. That was really stupid of me. Ah, well. I'll have enough bone cards in a bit. Yeah, I think I've still won. Yeah, no, we're fine. Because I can put the turkey vulture down. Cool. So my own stupidity wasn't enough to lose a stat, thankfully. But yeah, so I really do want to get a different totem, which we might be able to do up here. I've just noticed that. So hopefully I'll get a better totem body. I don't actually like this card. I don't like any of these cards, to be honest, but I think the one that I'm least pissed off by is the mud turtle, because I'm going to sacrifice that for something else. So let's see. What do I want to make a copy of? I think the direwolf could be good. A second beehive would probably be pretty excellent. I'm going to go for the second beehive. Hopefully it won't get the sigils wrong. No, that's still fine. And it's actually got more health. So that's even better. Hopefully we get something good. I guess that's not awful. It's not really useful for the bees, but I guess it's useful for the beehive, because it would stop the beehive from doing damage to whatever's in front of it. Unless it was a flight blocker. I mean, I definitely like flight more than Rampager. I definitely like flight more than Rampager. And it'll be useful if I find other decent insect cards later. But specifically, it's not great for the moment, but oh well. Cool. A huge man approached. Yeah, so I believe the last time I played this, I got the achievement for rehooking something that he'd stolen. So I don't really need the hook anymore achievement-wise. So I probably will keep doing the challenge that removes it. So the kingfisher. It's not a flight blocker. What a shame. I guess I'll put the wolf out. Cool. I think I've won the first phase already. I just need to put a squirrel out. Nice. Thank God for the smoke. Cool. So what I'll do is I will get a squirrel. I'll just do this for now. So that will die. I'll whack that out. I'll put the beehive out. So now I get my cool bee. So I can put that down, and that's a flying, so it won't destroy that, which is great. Oh, and because it becomes an elder, it doesn't get destroyed again, so I can actually put another one down. But that one won't become an elder bee, unfortunately. But I've won. No need to worry about it. There we go. Lovely stuff. Cool. So, I could get a second turkey vulture, because I don't want a kingfisher. I don't really want an adder. I think a second turkey vulture would be good, because if I can combine them at the next mycologist I see, that would be pretty useful, because then I'd have a 6/6 card. I think I'm actually going to go for the totem again, just because I would would like to try and get something better than flying. I think a 1-cost card. I could also combine that, I guess, at the mycologist if I see them. That's not awful. So I would automatically put insect cards out. But the problem with that is I actually don't really want to use that, because the whole sort of, I guess, method of this build at the moment is just using the beehive, and if that puts the beehive in a bad place, then the build's kind of useless. Because if it puts the beehive in front of a flying creature that had killed something that had flight block, it would be a complete breakdown of what the build could actually do. So I actually don't think that's great. Cool, let's have a look. 2 porcupines. Well, if I put the sparrow down, I've won on the next turn, so that's a pretty lucky thing to have. We're good to go. Easy stuff. Very handy, that card. Can I have a look at what's next? So the trapper's up there. He's got more expensive pelts than normal. I don't really need items. I'd like a copy of that. I don't know what this does, so I'll take it. I'd like a copy of the what's it called? The direwolf. I'd definitely like another copy of the direwolf, because the fact that it's a corpse eater is very good. Is that the same? No, it's got extra attack, so that's very good then. So if I can get that out in place of a bee, if it dies, then that is actually incredible. And there's a mycologist as well. So I can either combine the direwolf or the turkey vulture. So I think my best bet this turn is doing this, because now I get 2 attack and I take 1. But that will die in a turn or so. I could use that and just win this turn. Sure. Yeah, that's a pretty decent use of the item. Just stop me from having to deal with all that crap. I'm going to go for this again, because I don't really want any pelts. Bones could be it. Let's have a look. So how many bone cards have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty low then. I'd actually pretty low chance. Attack damage. That's technically 0. That's technically 0. That's 0. That is 0. That's also 0. A lot of zeros. But blood cost I don't think is any better. Because the majority... I think this is my best bet. Cool, yeah, we're done. That's good. Let's have a look and see what I get. Oh. The Kingfisher with brood parasites, not bad at all. The direwolf put bees within. Dam builder. I don't really like that much with the dam builder. I actually kind of feel like the Kingfisher is a great card, specifically because of the effect that it has. Because it has the effect that the cuckoo card does with putting a broken egg down. So I think that's pretty good. So I can combine that, or I can combine that. I don't want to combine that because the more beehives that I have, the better. Or not now, at least, because that was already combined, but now that it's got a decent amount of health. So, I think I'm actually wanting to combine the direwolf. Because now, that will automatically play if something dies. It has 10 health and it can do 10 damage in a turn. I think that's one of potentially the most powerful cards I've ever had. And then I can do this. I can't really do anything with the trader. But if I go for the mycologists again, I can combine the turkey vulture too. And get a 6/6 card. So a porcupine, what we'll do is we'll whack the beehive down there. Then we'll get that, and I can put that behind that. And then, yes, we'll put that there. And I'll put the bullfrog down to get 1 extra point of damage this turn. So I think I might be taking 2 damage here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to put that down. That's annoying. Okay, that's fine for now. I think I've won if I keep blocking its first attack anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. I'll put that down, and I'll put this down. I've definitely won. Cool. There we go. So, do I want to go for the... I guess, sure, it'll give me some extra teeth. I'm not really planning on going to the trapper. I'm not really planning on going to see the trapper, because I don't really want to have pelts in my hand. Because it always kind of annoys me, drawing a pelt in place of a card. So I think Turkey Vulture. Because then we'll have a 6/6 card that is summonable with bones, which I'll have a lot of. And hopefully, we'll get something better for this than Flight. Do I want to go with Unkillable again? I think I've got to, surely. Oh, it's a little boring to do the same thing I did last time, or the same thing I did the other time, but I think that is such an undeniably powerful combination that I think I've just got to. Cool. So the prospector again. So hopefully I can get another victory here. Being carried by all my horribly broken cards. So the wolf is going to die to the other wolf. I could kill the pack mule for free if I summon the wolf now. And just take the 3 damage and have it be neutral. And then do this. I guess what I could do... I think I might just put the squirrel down for now. Just to block. Here we go. I'm going to break this. I'm going to put the beehive down. Cool. So the mule's dead. So I need to remember that anything that is out. So I don't want to play the turkey vulture now. Because I want to play the turkey vulture on the second phase. But I think what I do want to do is play the stoat to kill that wolf. And play the alpha to kill that wolf cub. And I'll just keep putting the bee down, because that's unkillable, so it'll keep returning to my hand. Then I want to put the coyote down to kill the wolf. I'll put the bee there. There we go. So everything's going to get turned into gold. But all of the insects will return to my hand, so it's not really that big a deal. So I guess I'll just pick another card here. I do want to try and play that at some point. I can't do anything because the gold. So that'll be gone, that'll be gone. I'll get a squirrel. So the idea would be here is that I want to put that down. I want to put the elder beehive down again. Here we go. So when that dies, that dire wolf is going to take its place. I just realised I could have just put the turkey vulture down and probably won on the first turn. That's a bit stupid of me. I guess I'll pick a card and then play the turkey vulture. Where are you? Well, that's going to be a fair bit of overkill. Nice. Okay. So the dire wolf card is actually incredible. So that was well worth the effort of doing. Cool. Well, this might be a very successful, quite short first episode back, I guess. Cool. Let's have a look. I guess another coyote because I'm getting a lot of bones. I'm just hoping that that doesn't fuck me over and I just draw a load of bone cards on the first turn. So I have no items at all. So I think I want to go for the items. I'll take one of them. Don't really need the bones. I'll take a second one of them. So I need to make sure I use both of them before the moon. because the scissors can't be used on the moon. And he's going to get his third candle. Yeah, because I think the scissors are great to have for this first round, or this first phase, because it's the rare card Onslaught, and I think the Mantis gods he has are incredibly hard to deal with. So what I want to do here is what I want to do, I think, is put the Sparrow down first, get the Mole Man to jump in front. So the Mole Man will survive one more turn, and then the Mantis God will die to overkill, and then that will get turned into gold, unfortunately. But I'm actually also, because he's just got the pickaxe out, so that's going to get turned into gold, I'm wondering whether I want to use the smoke and put the beehive out just to try and maybe get a single bee when the Mantis comes out. No, it's first. I forgot the order, but the beehive gets put back in, so it's not too bad. It's not too big a deal. Okay, so we've got the bullfrog. The bullfrog could kill the Mantis. No, I want to put the beehive down there. I'm completely fine with him taking that card, to be honest. I get a bee. Get a bee. And they're all going to be elder bees as well. Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll pick up one of them. I'll use the scissors. There goes the Mantis God. I'll put that down. Oh, I didn't think about that, actually. Whoops. I think I would rather have the bullfrog be taken than the Mantis. Yeah, there always seems to glitch out a bit in this final fight. Cool, I'm fine with that. So now, I can put that out. I can put that out. And I can put that out. So I think we've basically won at this point. And then I'll use the other scissors on the Uriuli, I think. Unless I don't really need to. Yeah, look at that bone generation. That's incredible. I'll take the Uriuli. Cool, so the onslaught of rare cards is complete. I've used one of my scissors. Cool, yeah, it's ended up just being a B build again, I think. So yeah, my bad. I intended it to be a bone generation thing once I saw the potential synergy, but it is just a B build. It's exactly the same. It's just too powerful. The Warren and the Beehive are just incredible cards. Tell you what, though. Let's see what this does. So is it how many times you've rung the bell? I actually don't know what that card does. Represented by this bell ringer. Who knows? Maybe I'll just have to look it up, to be honest. Oops, I don't mean to be doing that. Okay, well, I guess what I'll do is I'll wait for this to die, because it's doing a fair amount of damage. And then just for fun, put all my bees out again. Elder bee. Elder bee. Normal bee. Little voice crack for you there. And we'll just put this fella out. Put the turkey vulture out. Cool. Well, what a successful return, eh? Lovely stuff. We're all done. Challenge level 5. We're breezing through. Cool. So misplays 10. Potentially my lowest number yet. Maybe we'll get 9 next time. So most damage in one turn was 11 for the scales. Okay. Well, that wasn't bad at all. Entry number 5. I'm addicted to Leshy's Inscryption. It's far from perfect, though. Some really unbalanced shit in here, to be honest. I have my Ouroboros or Ouroboros up to over 100 thanks to the stupidly broken Fecundity Sigil combo. I decided that I'm going to work on making this balanced and maybe a bit of an actual challenge. I'm making a mod. I wonder what Leshy will think, and that's what we're playing right now. Oh my god. But cool. So that is because I remember the last entry she said something about Leshy becoming something of a friend to her. So I guess she's wanting to make his game better as sort of a natural progression of that. So Mealworm, when Mealworm is sacrificed, it adds its stat. That is crazy. That is incredible. I love that. Okay, that I definitely want to try and get that in my. Oh, and we start with a Mantis God. Oh, but 2 ringworms. That's going to be fucking annoying. I hate ringworms. Cool. Well, I'm definitely going to be using that next time. And a new challenge. More and stronger opposing creatures in all battles. Okay. Well, I think then, because that was a full run, and it was a pretty, I think just in case I do win 2 in a row, I will end here. Just because I don't want the videos to be too long, because I have been looking back through some of the recorded footage I've got for this, and some of them are like 2 hours long, and I feel like that's a bit of an ask to have someone just go, yeah, just sit down here for 2 hours. Well, I guess unless you want to put it on while you're like making food or something, or like to sleep to or something like that. But I don't want to have every video I do on this game be like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I think this is a pretty good place to stop. But I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching up to this point. If you still are, I do appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope that you're having a nice day. Bye bye.